What's going on YouTube? It's me, Vinny, and we're back here with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my full interior process. We're going to be knocking out this 2500 Dodge Ram. It is full cloth, it's full upholstery, there's no leather inside of it. It is pretty dirty, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty bad. But I took out the floor mats, we're going to get started, and I'm just going to walk you guys through my interior process. Today we're going to be using only steam because it is pouring rain outside, and if I use the extractor, I don't really think that it's going to dry by the time the customer picks up. Luckily, there's not a lot of crazy stains, it's just dirty. So let's jump right into this video, and I hope you guys like it. All right, so first things first, like I said, I took out all the floor mats, and you can see all these crumbs, French fries, food, stuff stuck in the cup holders. I don't even know what it is. But first things first, we got to get some light in here. So I have this Icon frame here from Harbor Freight, and you toss it up there, hook it over there on that side of the roof, hook it onto this side of the roof, and it has magnetic holders for these lights that are going to help me a ton with detailing. I put these on the second setting on 2, just so the battery doesn't die too fast. And then we have some light. Check that out. Sheesh. So like I said, it is pretty dirty. I already took out the floor mats. I dumped them all in the garbage. There was a ton of fries, food, chips, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm just gonna walk you guys through the process today. I always vacuum the carpets first. I don't like to get in there with the dirty vacuum, with the dirty floor and have to, vacuum and worry about this and that. I vacuum out all the door panels so that when I come back, they're ready to scrub and be clean. Like, that's it. I don't want to have to scrub these and have all this gunk in here. Look at all that stuck in. Let me focus that. French fries in there, crumbs in here. Luckily, this one drops through today. So I like to vacuum everything out first, get it as clean as possible, and then I go through with the wipe down. So let's jump in the process, and I'll walk you guys right through it. When you guys are doing your details, just make sure you're checking in all of the crevices, because I don't even know what all that is, honestly. Make sure you check in all the pockets, all the cubbies, everything. Checking all these spots, especially while you're vacuuming, because there's that one. Go check out this spot. I don't think I cleaned it out yet. Yeah, that. Who knows? I don't even want to know what that is. There's a hole right here. And it's literally filled with crumbs, chips, pens, toys. You guys gotta check all this stuff when you're doing details. Check out everything. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how a hole got ripped inside there. Anyways, back to the vacuum. And during this video, I'm gonna be running through some quick tips for those that don't have, let's get this camera better. For those that don't have professional, or doesn't even have to be professional, like it's not even that serious. What I use is compressed air. Don't mind my toner door, it's broken. If you don't have compressed air with you, there's gonna be 2 things that I mainly use. I gotta find it though, because for some reason it might be in the back of the van. One is a drill brush with the cone attachment on there. Let me check my van real quick. I was saying, for those that don't have compressed air, for those that don't have money, I know everybody's in different circumstances, to have a compressor, to have an air reel, to have the toner doors, this alone is $80. So it gets expensive. Another $100 for the air reel, and then another $250 for a compressor. Even a basic one is a little over $175. So for those that don't have those, your most helpful basic methods, you can use a normal brush, like a hand wheel brush or whatever that you scrub wheels with for the carpet. You can use that to pretty much agitate it. If you want to be faster, get a drill, get this attachment. If you already have a drill to shampoo seeds and scrub seeds and do all that, then you're already halfway there. Get this cone. This cone, or even just a normal brush, the flat ones that you use, will pick up and agitate the carpet and will pretty much pull everything out of it. Even if you have dog hair, this helps a ton. If you go through pretty much stuff that's stuck in the carpet, if you don't have the compressed air, this is your number one, probably best bet to get. And after that, if you don't have compressed air, get one of these Pro Blows. It's a Chemical Guys one. This was, I think, $110. Nothing crazy, but you don't have to go pay for a full compressor. You know what I mean? You don't have to pay $350, close to $400 for the full compressor setup just to get compressed air. This is just as good. Obviously, it doesn't have the little spinning attachment in here. Not a problem. It still gets under the seats, in the cracks, in the door vents. Like, everything is still the same. It's just not compressed. This is plug-in. Even, I know some different brands like Blow or the different ones to dry the outside of the vehicle. It's all the same thing. They're just different brands. Obviously, some last better, some are more expensive. This one, I know I paid $100 at Chemical Guys for, just because I had a discount or some points or something. So these two things pretty much can help you knock out your vacuum process in 100% half the time. I do this all the time. I run compressed air in my jobs, but since I'm in the shop today, I don't want to run my generator. I don't want to run all that. I'm just going to plug this in and get that drill brush under the seats, in the corners, everywhere that's stuck, and push it all forward. So when I'm working, starting in the back, and I'm pushing my way forward because it just makes it easier. So I'm going to jump back in with this, with the drill brush, just to show you guys how much easier it is. All right, so now we're gonna be moving into our interior plastic pieces or panels, door panels, dashboard, cup holders, and pretty much everything we're gonna be scrubbing and deep cleaning other than seats and carpets. So if you guys don't know, this is my interior bag right here. I carry all my cleaners, carpet cleaners, enzyme, shine, leather conditioner, air fresheners, all my brushes, applicator pads, pet hair brushes, everything is in here that takes me to scrub, deep clean, and pretty much spot clean. Anything like that is in this bag. Next, you want to obviously grab yourself some towels. If you don't have a steamer or if you don't have compressed air, once again, bring this out. It'll help you air out all the plastics, all the buttons, any cracks, any crevices. This will help get all the moisture out and make sure that your panel's dry so that you can dress it with UV protection afterwards. I do have my steamer down here, it's warming up, but I'm gonna show the people that don't have the steamer first what method pretty much to use. So we're gonna jump right in and pretty much show you how it's done. All right, so we're gonna be using two different brushes. One is going to be a stiff brush that gets inside of all these different cracks inside of here. We're gonna be using a regular boar's hair brush. This is gonna be to cover bigger surface areas. And the last one is our Scrub Ninja or scrub pads. There's 1,000 probably different brands of these out now, but they're all the same thing. They all have these little tiny hairs right here that pretty much scrub everything, but more of a surface area. I also have this one too. This one is actually a really big one, but it's pretty dirty now. This covers a lot, these big plastics here, these big ones, and up here. But for the most part, I run the handheld size, just like this. So if you're working inside, out of the sun, spray on the panel, that's fine. If you're in the sun, spray into your brushes and spray into your applicator pads or your scrub pads. When you're in the sun and it's hot, if you're using the wrong chemicals, it can stain the plastics. Also, if you don't dilute the chemicals properly, you can stain the plastics. So be careful when you are doing those. I am running Express Interior on this one, so it's pretty safe. I've never had any issues. And before I was using degreaser 1 to 10. Those ones you have to be safe with. You have to make sure you're diluting right. And like I said, stay out of the sun. If you're in the shade, no biggie. So we're gonna start off right away. And run through the whole door that way. It's still a little dirty here, so I'm gonna clean this, but I am gonna use my steamer. The steamer is going to be, it is a cheap steamer. It's 100 PSI, so it has a refillable container. I can do this whole truck with nothing but steam if I really, really wanted to, but that is gonna take quite a while. And this one, it's just warming up right now, so. Getting there, and I do have the PSI maxed out, so it is going to be on full strength, and you can see this thing is awesome. So I'm gonna clean up the spots that need a little bit more work. This one, you literally don't even need the stiff brush, you don't need the other brush. To get in all these cracks, the steamer will literally do all the work for you. It breaks it so hot, it breaks everything down, and it still is pretty much compressed air. It's just nothing crazy, and it'll push everything out. Keep the towel with you. If you even want the blower too, I'm still gonna blow it afterwards to get all of the condensation out of there and all the wetness. But other than that, run through the buttons real quick at the steam. Don't sit there forever. And you have to be careful with this on plastics because it will fade them or melt them or crack them, whatever it is. You just have to be careful. So I'm gonna run through the rest of the door with steam, and we're gonna show you the results afterwards. Some kind of butterfly, baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me high and dry. Baby, you. That is it for this door. It does have a few. Let's see right here. This is all from kicking it, scratching it, all the good stuff with your shoes. And then in here, we're gonna steam a little bit more and get that out with the compressed air. But we're gonna jump onto the rest of the car and knock it out. All right, so next we're gonna be moving into shampooing the seats. Today I'm just gonna be using Folex and Super Clean mixed together. It's just my own ratio that I use. We're gonna be using the drill brush to agitate it, and then we're going to be using the steamer with my triangle head attachment to steam clean all the seats and carpets. Let's move into it. Okay, so hear me out. If you don't have a steamer or an extractor, it's gonna be pretty hard to do full interiors. You could do a dry shampoo, which is where you do the same method I'm doing. You spray some cleaner on there, you drill brush it, and then you just grab a few microfibers, make sure they absorb it, and you sit there and basically scrub the seats down until they are absorb the moisture. Summertime, it's way easier to do that. Wintertime, I tell you right now, it is extremely difficult. I'm not extracting today because it's literally pouring rain right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the shop. It's pouring rain though. If I use my extractor, it'll be soaking everything way too much. It won't dry. By the time my customer picks up, I guarantee it's not gonna be dry. I do throw a fan in here and turn on the truck, park it out halfway outside of the shop, and let the heater run so that it's, you know, it can dry up as much as possible. But I started with that driver's seat first so that when the customer does pick up, that seat is gonna be dry. The back seats, the passenger seat, the carpets, they're gonna be a little bit more wet because I wanna focus on cleaning them a little bit more. But I started with that first one, the driver's seat first, so that I can put the fan on there, it'll be dry, and the customer will most of the time worry about the rest of the seats. Now, I don't like leaving cars wet, giving them to customers, because they forget to roll down the windows, they forget to run the heater, they forget to park it inside, and they can't roll the windows down. So I try my best 100% to make sure that this is dry for, you know, at least a little while just before giving it back to the customer, so that it doesn't cause mildew, mold, smell weird, smell gross. Luckily, Wednesday, Thursday are 2 sunny days, so I am gonna tell him, hey, leave the windows down, leave them cracked, let that sun pull the moisture out. But for the most part, the steam, by the time I'm done, the steam is gonna be good. It's gonna be, for the most part, dry. But if you don't have a steamer and you don't have an extractor, it is gonna be pretty difficult to do full interiors in the wintertime. Other than that, you can do vacuum, wipe downs, cleanups, all the general. Even if it's leather, way better, because you can just focus on the carpets, extracting those, or, you know, scrubbing those and leaving them kind of somewhat wet. And you could turn on the floor heater, but for upholstery seats and the rest of that, it's gonna be pretty difficult. Don't ask me how I know. I've done it before. I didn't used to have a cheap steamer. I didn't have a mighty heated extractor, all that type of stuff. So I had to start somewhere, but I'm not assuming everybody's at that level. So that's why I'm telling you, I'm doing it this way, but it might not be possible for everybody. Okay, so we're all finished with the carpets, we're all finished with the seats. This one's still pretty wet. You can see my hand, still has moisture, but we just finished all of that. We go back here. We need to vacuum again just because of airing everything out and pushing everything around with the steamer. A bunch more stuff came out, and especially when you have compressed air, that'll help, because you can, with the compressed air before you start steaming or extracting, you can push everything out. With this, all the steamer pulled everything out of here, the stuff that's inside of here, just everywhere. So I'm gonna go through with the vacuum, and then we're going to get ready to shine all the plastics, all the panels and fans, just all the last touches. Then we'll put the fan in, then we'll make sure everything is good. Sorry, it's out of focus. Then we'll make sure everything is good, do final touches, and then we'll let the customer know that it's all done. And that's a wrap, you guys. That is the full interior detail process. All the door panels cleaned, carpet shampooed, floor mats, seats. We clean up the windows for them, make sure we have the headliner cleaned up, touched up. Everything is good. The only bad thing about these ones is those speaker vents. That's a wrap for today's video, you guys. Truck was all done. Customer was happy with it. I cleaned up the windows. Always make sure you flip down those visors, clean those mirrors, those little mirrors in there, clean the screen and the odometer or speedometer screen. Always make sure you guys get those, because customers will, one of the first things they'll do is open that, or pull the sun visor down and open the mirror where they look at themselves in the mirror in the morning and stuff like that, do not forget to miss those, because some customers will remember that, and I've seen reviews where they have left saying, these people did not clean my mirrors, I'm not gonna use them again, just based off of that. So it's all done, closed up the shop, all this trash needs to be thrown out big time. And that's it for today. That's how I do my interior details. Everybody's different. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have any tools that you use instead, or comments, whatever, literally anything, just no hate. I don't like the hate. Let me know, put it in the comments down here, and let's talk about it. And that's a wrap for today. I know I keep saying but that's how these videos go. So thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys in the next video.